Now, is anybody growing strawberries? How do these look?
They look like they're growing like crazy.
You see where they're growing? Under a tree in full shade. Are you getting it? Now, if you look over there, the strawberries by the end of the road are in full sun, the same soil, and look at the difference. Look at the difference. They're okay, but they're not this.
Does it count if the tree's dead?
No.
Oh.
Ideally, if the tree's dead, you want to chip it up and put it back into the ground and plant a live tree, because death is no benefit in your life.
What about grass clippings?
Grass clipping is wonderful.
Is it?
Yeah, all organic material, grass clippings, leaves. You got to be careful with manures nowadays because of what animals eat. Right. I'm serious, because manures aren't safe anymore. Because I'm serious. See, in fields now, farmers are using 2,4-D Agent Orange, an herbicide, to take out broadleaf weeds. And when animals eat that, that goes into the digestive system, it doesn't break down, and that manure will kill your whole garden, totally take out your whole garden. Then all your animals today are fed antibiotics and hormones. You don't want that in your food. So this is what I'm loving about wood chips, because we're living in times that things are not the same as they used to be. And wood tree branches are clean, they're not messed with, and so they're safe. This is what and the other thing about wood chips, over all the rest, it has fungi. Fungi is such a huge component to living soil. And see, grass clippings and manures and leaves don't have fungi, but wood chips have fungi. And just for example, how amazing fungi works, mycelium, just one of them, will grow underground for miles. We're talking not feet, not yards, miles. And when plant roots connect to that mycelium, they access the food sources spread out for miles. I mean, it's huge. It's so significant, the power of fungi. You know what mushrooms are? They're fungi flowers. Basically, and I get mushrooms growing all the time at Woodchips because it's a fungi-rich place, and they flower, come up.
What do you do with the strawberry runners? Do you clip them? We try to root them?
If friends need them, I give them away. Otherwise, I feed them to my chickens. Now, Nick last year sold a whole bunch because I had so many out here. I was going to feed them. Oh, I'll just go sell those. People bought them because they're great. And let me tell you about how to care for strawberries. This is something you'll never get out of a book. So listen. Strawberries, when you have a bed for a long time, they get very compacted, and you have to thin. And it's a lot of work because the new growth on top is what you want to keep, and the stuff below you got to get out, so you have to get underneath to get out. So it's a lot of work. So I'm out there talking to the creators. Says, your word says your yoke is easy, your burden is light. This isn't. How would you approach this? He says, just bury it in wood chips. I says, what? Yeah, just, the fall, winter when it looked terrible, just cover the whole bed with wood chips. You have nothing ugly to look at, and here's what's cool. I just was so blown away what happened. In the spring, because it's covered with wood chips, the old plants you got to thin don't have the energy to push through the wood chips. They die and become fertilizer, and the young trees come pushing through, totally staggered, not crowded, and productive. I love it. I want you to do something. I want you to walk full weight on my strawberries right now. Full weight. Don't act like, yeah, there you go. Look at that. You can't even tell where she's been. She's not hurting my plants, because see, the wood chips underneath give it cushion. It's not being smashed against hard ground. I'm just telling you, these wood chips at all levels are so beneficial. It blows me away. I mean, it is so cool.
No, grass clippings.
Grass clippings are great. It's green.
The wood chips you need for the fungus.
Yeah, but grass clippings I use all my grass clippings. What I do at my place is I take all my yard waste to give to my chickens, and they turn it back to really nice compost for me, and they give me eggs as a bonus. So it's all recycled. And I'm seeing that. And here's the word. I love the scripture. It says, "From dust we came, from dust we return." Everything God's created turns back to dirt. Everything. It's a perfect system. And it's awesome, and there's no reason not to use it. See, all my weeds are an asset. They're food for my chickens. Nothing here goes to waste, my property. Everything is put back either to feed chickens or back to soil. And when you get to my chicken pen, if you'd like to see the most beautiful compost you've ever seen in your life, where's that lady who's buying stuff didn't work? You need to go to my chicken pen and examine that soil. And I'm serious, man. It's the most beautiful black soil you've ever seen in your life. It won't compact. You can bounce on it when you walk, and it's the most powerful, and it was created by yard waste composting via chickens homogenizing it. I mean, I'm telling you, man, you can't improve on nature. It's impossible. It's the very best design.
So, Paul, when you started, how many inches of wood chips did you put down?
Oh, this is so cool, and I'm so glad because this is going to bring up the question. The scientists, the intelligent ones tell you, never put wood chips up against tree trunks.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
That'll kill the tree. So I put wood chips 16 inches deep up against tree trunks. But let me give you the natural demonstration. Remember, go to nature?
Yeah.
If you go to the forest in the wintertime, when the wind blows, needles and leaves will bank up against tree trunks because that's where they were stopped by the wind.
Yeah.
A foot and a half deep. No one takes that away. The trees are fine. I mean, make it hard for me. Create a little space around my tree trunk for all kinds of weeds and garbage to fall into so I can have this major labor-intensive project to deal with for no reason. I mean, make it hard for me. Because there's no evidence that it can do anything. The stuff's full of air. It's not going to suffocate. I mean, the dumb things they tell us just blow me away because it doesn't work. There's no demonstration in nature that reveals it. So always go to nature when you're told stuff. And you'll be amazed at how simple the answer is, and it's very obvious. You can't miss it. It's in your face. I mean, let's just talk about a few. Crop rotation. Nowhere in nature are crops rotated. Nowhere. The opposite happens. Plants go to seed, they fall on the ground right there. Same place every year, decade after decade, century after century, and they're doing fine. And we're told, you gotta rotate the crops. Make it hard for me. The whole concept of weeding. You go in the forest, there's no weeds. None. Weeding is nature's response to you uncovering the ground. Nature's trying to recover the ground, put a new covering back over because it knows it's not safe, so it's trying to put a cover back. So if you stop taking the cover off and put a cover down, weeds will go somewhere else where they have to work because they don't need to work here. You know, I'm just telling you, man, it's so simple. And the whole concept of fertilizing. Where in nature does the Creator fertilize? Nowhere. He just returns everything. And here's the genius. When do farmers fertilize? Let's just stay on the stupid end of things. When do farmers fertilize? Spring. That's stupid. Let's be honest. You're planting in spring, and it takes time for fertilizer to get below ground level to the root system. And you're planting in spring, you want the fertilizer at root level, and they're putting on top of the ground? That's dumb. So when does the Creator fertilize? Every fall he puts a covering of needles and leaves over the whole planet. Every fall. Then he sends rain and snow, and he uses gravity to create compost tea and feed the soil, build the soil for next spring's growth. What a genius idea. I love it. And I get so off on the idea he uses gravity. There's no work. No one's doing anything. And here's the irony. Today farmers are spending fortunes for compost tea because it's the best fertilizer there is. It's the best. And they water their gardens with it. But the second or third watering, it's all diluted and gone. I got to do it again. I'm saying if you simply put wood chips on the ground, every time it rains, every time you water, you get compost tea 24/7 feeding your ground and plants. Unending. For free. With no work. I mean, can you make it easier? More convenient? And here we're out there taking the cover off, fighting weeds, compacted soil, and bringing in compost tea. And paying for it. I mean, are we dumb or what? It just blows me away because it's so stupid when you analyze how we operate.
Well, that's all I have for this video. Bang around that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. Call us on the hotline if you have comments or questions and want to be featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.